Alright guys, so now let's just quickly add the battery in the SD card, and then let's just start this up, shall we? So this is all that we need. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Osmos Action 4. We're gonna slide this up. As you can see, there's a direction written that it should go up. So we just slide this up, and here we go. So you see this red mark, which means it's ready to open. So you just pull down the latch. So this is where the battery goes, and this is where the SD card goes. So we have an SD card which we just saw before. So here we see that the SD card is pointed downwards. So it means that the SD card goes this way around. So we're going to put it in, and we're just going to hear that click. As you can see, it clicked inside, right? So that is done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a battery from the official battery case. So we're just going to pick one battery at random. I'm just going to take this one. We're going to close it back. So here we have the pins. So this pins should match these pins inside here. So we just turn this around. We're going to put it in. We're going to click it, and we're going to close this, and we're going to latch it down. So this is all. It's very simple. Now if we want to connect an external mic and do all that sort of stuff, or even charge it on the go, you can of course use this battery case to charge it when you're riding on long rides. But if at all you do want to charge it, you can just open this latch, and you have a USB-C. As you remember, we had a USB-C cable. So you just plug it in, and then it just starts charging. And yes, unlike the GoPro, the older GoPros, this actually supports charging on the go, which means you can keep riding and you can keep recording and you can still be charging it, which is a fantastic feature. Of course, you won't need it because the battery life on this one is a beast. It lasts more than the GoPros last, and also you have two extra batteries. That is the best advantage of the adventure combo. So okay, let's just start this up. So we'll just hit this on button. Technically that should turn it on. Here we go. It just asked me the language. I don't know if you're able to focus. Let's try focusing that. So we select English, and it's telling us to download the DJI Mimo app and connect it to activate it. So we'll just skip this for now. And we are right in the camera, guys. So as you can see, this is my desk. I'm not sure if you're able to see it properly, but it sure is fantastic. So here we have all the settings. So if I just dim it down for you guys. So here we have the camera. So this is actually horizontal now. So here you can see it's telling me that there's 14 hours 12 minutes left on the SD card. So here you see 14 hours 12 minutes left on the SD card. 1080p is what is set as default. We can of course change it to our style. We have the resolution meter. So the focus is all over the place. Let's just fix that. So here we have, just a second. Right. So here we have the resolution settings. Of course, it's just giving us a walkthrough. So here you have 24 FPS all the way till 240 FPS, which is fantastic for slow-mo videos. So we usually record at 60 FPS or 30 FPS for a smooth editing. So let's go to 60. It's 1080p at 60 right now. I can go to 2.7K at 16:9 ratio. We also have 2K at 4:3 for those close-up shots, and you have the traditional 4K 16:9 ratio, which is what YouTube and other social media platforms use. So this is where you want to be recording high quality footages. We also have a close-up 4K 4:3. Of course, this doesn't have the 5K like the GoPros do, like the GoPro 12 for example. But of course, recording at 5.3K and 8K has its own disadvantages. The file size is too big and all of those things. Actually this camera will serve most of my purpose, so that is why I've got my hands on this. And then you have something called as a rock steady. So here you have stabilization modes. The stabilization is off here, then we slide it's rock steady, then we have rock steady plus for better stabilization. Then we have something called horizon balancing. This is fantastic feature. As you can see, horizon is balanced right now. So if I just tilt my camera, as you can see, the footage doesn't tilt, it's still stuck to the same horizon point. So I can have a 360 horizon tilt and still the content remains the same. So I won't have any problem if I'm going out, and if I just enable this horizon balancing, that's all that it takes. So going back 2 steps, we have looping. Obviously we can loop our videos, we can loop it for every 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour. So that is what it comes. And we're going back, so we're gonna pull it from the top. We have quick panel. So here you have quick panel where you have settings, you have the brightness slider here, of course. So we'll just keep the brightness at let's say 50 for now. And we're just going to go back. Here we have the orientation lock, of course. Then we have enable or disable voice control. So if you don't want voice control, we can turn this off. I'm going to keep it off. Next you have something called quick switch menu. So quick switch is what is this button does. So you click on this button, it switches to photo, video. We'll just add slow-mo also in here, time lapse also. And if I just exit out of this, if you can see, I'm just clicking on this button here.
Photo.
See, it just goes to photo, video, slow motion, time lapse. So if I don't want that lady to talk, I'm just gonna come here and I'm just gonna turn voice controls off, and I'm going to go to settings. No, let's just go to quick here. Here you have something called voice prompt. I'll just turn this off. And now you see I can shift modes without the lady talking. Right? So such a handy feature. And now you have the battery percentage here. You have the zoom level here. So here you have the traditional zoom slider. This is with this one. Here you have the video, obviously the same modes that you get on this, you get it from here as well. You can just change it on the go. And then what else? Okay, so we're recording at 4K 16:9 60 fps. So now it tells me I can record it for 4 hours 7 minutes. I have a 256 GB SD card, mind you. So what we can do, we can go to 1080p 60 fps. We can just remove the horizon balancing, we can just keep rock steady. We're going to come out of that and we're going to keep the loop duration to off. And as you can see, now I have 9 hours 28 minutes. The reason it shows 9 hours 28 minutes is because it's 60 fps. If we shift down to 30 fps, as you can see, it suddenly increases to 14 hours. As you can see, 14 hours 12 minutes. So this is what I can record on the go. And then let's explore more. So clicking on this settings tab here, we'll just get the quick settings. So here you just have very little things to play with, unlike the GoPro where you have a lot of confusing options. But we have people who love options like me. We have a pro mode for that, so we'll just click on pro. As you can see, it just opens up a few more options. Here I can go to exposure, set up the exposure, and I have the ISO, so I can make it darker and darker. I can reduce the ISO, I can increase it. I can have a manual mode where I do 1/60, 100/800, or maybe this one, or I can just keep it on auto. I can just confirm, and I can go on white balance. As you can see, white balance also I can increase or decrease. I can just go to manual. Here I have a slider, so white balance can also be increased and decreased. So I'll just do auto white balance for now. Field of view, this is again a fantastic thing. By default, the standard DWOP, or you say narrow is a little zoomed version. Then you have a standard DWOP, okay, and then you have the wide. As you can see, standard and wide. Standard is where you'll be recording most of the time. If you want wide, you go here. And if you want ultra wide footages, maybe let's say you're on a motorcycle, so you want to capture ultra wide, you have the ultra wide option right here. So that is it with this. So let's just keep it on wide for now. Or yeah, we can try. We can try the wide. We'll confirm on that. Now we have something called color options. As you can see, if I go to color, we have log M, which is the flat profile. So this is what I love about the Action 4. Out of the box, it just gives you a log M, D-log M footage, which is a 10-bit color flat profile, let's say. So you can basically record your videos in 10 log M, and you can just import your videos in DaVinci Resolve or Adobe softwares, and you can just add a LUT to it, and you can just color grade your footages for that crisp coloring. So we can keep it on normal, or we can keep it on 10 log M. I'll just keep it on 10 log M. But as you can see, it's pretty flat. If I just go to normal, you can see how vibrant it looks. Okay. So next you have image enhancement, which just enables a few enhancement features for low light, but this is only available for 30 FPS. So we'll just get out of that. And here you have, what is this? We have image adjustment. So we have the portrait, or we have the default. We can go on custom. Here we have few sharpness levels. As you can see, this is sharpness level. So we have -2, -1, 0, and then you have noise reduction. We have 1, -1, -2. So you can set this if you want to have advanced control on your camera with the sharpness levels and the noise reduction. So we'll just keep it for preset and we'll confirm. So mic is grayed out, obviously. So we have a stereo mic and a mono mic, and you have noise reduction. Wind noise reduction is very important if you're traveling and if you're motor vlogging. So let's keep that on. So to record, it's quite simple, guys. So just click on this red dot here and it just starts recording. As you can see, it started recording right here. So if I just show it to you guys like this, it's recording. As you can see, there's a light here which tells us it's recording. Also, we can have a light here as well, which tells that it's recording. So a light here and light here, you can see me here. So one best part about the Action camera is you can just use this screen as well, unlike the GoPros where you have no touch controls here. So let's just stop the recording. Obviously it's saving, and now you have options here. Basically I have the same level of control here, just like I used to have back there. So I can choose the resolution right away on the fly from here. I can choose the FPS. So this is what I love about this camera. So if I go to settings, I can choose all the settings here as well. And if I want to view the previous image, this is where it is. I'll just close this off. I'll just come out of that. So I'll just loop back through. I'll go here on the other side. As you can see, so we'll just unlock this. Here, what do we have? We can just go to gallery here. So in the gallery, you can see me talking. So if I just show it to you guys like this, it's recording. As you can see, there's a light here which which tells us it's recording. Also, we can have a light here as well, which tells that it's recording. So light here and light here, and you can see me here. So one best part about the action camera is you can just use this screen as well, unlike the GoPros where you have no touch controls here. So let's just stop the... Okay, as you can see, this was the footage taken and the audio was officially coming from the Action 4. Very crisp audio, I can say. That's because we have a mic here right at the top, these things right here, and we have two other mics, one here and one here. Now you can also see that there's a color temperature sensor inside the O. What that does, that basically gives you best coloring when you're in outdoors. So it senses your outdoor lighting and it just adjusts your color profile on the fly. So this is DJI for you guys. Of course, I can just delete the footage. I can confirm it. I can just have a horizontal view. And now if I want to turn it off, I can just hold this for 1 second. It just turned off. This is very, very easy, guys. And I'm just loving this product. We'll keep you posted on how this works. And we'll take some good shots on this. So now coming down to how I mount this, of course we have the action case here. So we're just gonna drop this inside the action case. And we're gonna latch this like so. And now you have the action camera perfectly sitting inside this with a very snug fit. Now I'll just take this mount, the DJI mount. I'm just gonna snap it. As you can see, it just snaps. And you get that click sound. It means that it's sturdy. Now it's not going anywhere. And of course you have this mount which just goes inside this, and you just tighten it to your helmet and you're good to go for motor vlogging and whatnot. Of course you have the traditional quick shot button, and you have the side button as well. Let's remove that sticker here, of course. So here you have the start up and start down button, just like we did. One click on here and the camera boots up. Look how fast this boots up, guys, literally. Okay, so now it's telling me to connect my device so that I activate this. So I'm going to be doing that after this recording. Of course I can just skip it for now. It's going to give me 4 chances, basically 5 chances to skip it. So I can just click on this battery. One more handy thing here is I can click on this 1 second. I can just click on this battery and see, it tells me that there's 46% battery right there. Fantastic camera, guys. So do check it out. If you have any liking towards action cameras, I'm pretty sure DJI will not disappoint you. Now why did I go for the DJI Osmos 4 and not the GoPro Hero 12 or Hero 11? My initial thought was to buy a Hero 11, to be quite honest. But the reason I went to the DJI was because I had an experience with one of my friends on one of the rides giving me the GoPro. And basically what happened was I recorded the footage on his GoPro Hero 11, which was good enough. It was at 4K, but it was not having any waterproof casing as such, but it overheated. And somewhere along the footage, I have lost maybe 10-15 minutes worth of footage. I thought the battery was off, but then we turned it on. Then we got to know it was not the battery, it was actually the GoPro getting heated up and it just shut down. So basically that was kind of an experience which just pushed me away from GoPro. Of course, I still feel that GoPro Hero 7 was still the flagship and the best of GoPro line so far. Post Hero 7, not so successful, I feel. So there's Hero 13 coming out. We are yet to see how good that fares in the market. And of course, recording this in September 2024. I just got my hands on this. This was imported in August according to the boxing. There is Action 5 coming out, Osmos Action 5. I'm pretty sure that they have fixed few issues in this in the Action 5, but after looking at a lot of reviews, doing a lot of research on the product, I have finally settled for the Action 4 because this is more than enough for my needs and this supports most of the things I need. And of course, it's DJI, guys. They are the market leaders. You can't go wrong with DJI. So I'll use this product for some more time. I'll just come ahead with an update once I get. I'll talk about the few issues also I face along the way. So stay tuned for that. So now I'm just gonna end the recording. But yeah, one more thing before ending the recording. I have bought myself a kit from MGRJ. So basically it's a company, MGRJ. This is also from Amazon. So I've just got this tempered glass kit for the DJI Osmos Action 4. Obviously this case will protect the DJI from all the physical attacks, but you have your lens here, you have a lens here, then here the main screen. So these things are rugged, not that it's not, but they're prone to scratches and whatnot. So if you're going out on a bike ride and maybe some flies or something else, or maybe a trail, a rock hits on your lens guard, it's going to be quite problematic for you. Of course, I'll just remove this quite quickly to show you something. It is pretty tight. It sits very snug. Okay, the reason it's not coming out is because of this magnetic mount. So let's click it out. Of course, we have the Action 4 right now. So we're gonna bring it out. So this is where we are. Now this lens cover right here is actually removable. So we can just rotate this here and we have the lens coming off. As you can see, the lens cover just came out. So this is the core lens. So if something happens to this lens, you are gone. Whereas if something happens to this, you can buy it outside. Of course, we have the lens guard outside, which has another lens, basically acts as a spare lens. So when you see this red circle here, it means that it is not waterproof. So if you want to take it underwater, you want to get that aqua shots, you can't if you see anything red here. So when you see a red circle here, you know that it is not waterproof. So you need to slide it back in. It's very easy, very nimble. So you just slide it in, tighten that, not too much, just a little. It's done. Now one more thing is this battery casing. So if I just open this battery casing, you see another red line here, which means that this is not waterproof. So if you see your camera anywhere red apart from this circle here and an Action 4 here, it means that it is not waterproof. So make sure you latch it down properly, then take it to your moisture areas. Same goes with the C-type. As you can see, it's not waterproof. They have marketed it very well. They have marked it with red so that you can just see it. If something is red, it's not waterproof. So latch it down well and you're good to go. So just to protect this, I have got myself a product from MGRJ. Not a sponsor. After doing some research, I finally settled on this. I hope this is a direct fit on the Osmos Action 4. So what do we got here? We have okay, let's keep this aside. So we have the dust absorbers, so you can just remove dust when clicking on it. So we'll just keep it aside. And we have the cleaning swab here. So this is a tear across, so we're going to keep this aside. So we have three wet wipes basically for cleaning your 3 lenses. You have 2 dry wipes, so we'll keep it aside as well, and of course another dust absorber. Okay, so this is a circle. If we remove that, we find this. As you can see, fantastic piece. So we have, this is for the circular lens, and then what do we have? We have a big screen tempered glass here. This is for the back. And then one final piece to add on to this is the small panel. So basically this sits here. Seems to be fitting perfectly for this. no adjustments needed. And yeah, seems good guys, this is really a perfect fit. So these two things here, you see, this is done. So we'll keep this aside and we'll just check again on the main screen if this sits snug as well. Yeah, perfect fit guys, it's a go on this. So do check out this, I will leave a link in the description. MGRJ, quite affordable, it's just $199. And I forgot to mention the pricing of the Action 4 combo that I have bought. So the regular MRP on this during the launch 2023 was $54,990, and then a few other things came out, the Hero 12 came out and whatnot. So the pricing of this usually varies from 46,000 to 44,990, and usually on Amazon you can just find this as of 2024, you can find this at 41,000 or 4990. But here we have some offer going on, and that is the reason I finally decided to get my hands on this. So I have got the entire kit, everything that you saw in the video, for 38,990, which is a fantastic deal. I did check the pricing history and see that it's a very good deal to get my hands on. Of course, if you go ahead with GoPro, you have to spend a lot more on the accessories standpoint. Here you have the three official Enduro batteries given to you, also the casing, and a few other accessories as you already saw. So this is totally worth it. So do check out DJI. Action 4 will not disappoint you. So that's about it guys for now. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll keep you posted on the updates. Thank you.